All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Xfinity Center. Good afternoon. My name is Justin Haberman. Alongside with me today is Jack Zwirn. And welcome to Xfinity Center. We have an awesome volleyball matchup today. It's the Maryland Terrapins hosting the defending national championship Penn State Nittany Lions. Now, Jack, what are your thoughts for today's game? What are you looking for? What do you expect out of the Terrapins?
Well, neither team has gone off to a great start so far this year. Maryland's sitting at 7-6. Penn State also sitting at 7-6. Not the way that the defending national champions were looking to start this season. For Maryland, though, it's been a much better year so far compared to previous years. However, they do need to get things started with this Big Ten play.
Yeah, here's John Spawn getting us started. Here's the serve. Penn State, first point of the match.
Yeah, so Penn State takes an early 1-0 lead there.
That was
Abby Ryan on the
number 7 Abby Ryan
kill.
Here's Penn State serve. The Terps keep it in play. Penn State has it now. A spike the Terps can't handle. Another point awarded to Penn State. 2-0 lead. Yeah, so Penn State's head coach, Katie Shoemaker-Coley, it's her fourth season, but she was the first woman head coach to win since the tournament began in 1981 last year. The Terps are challenging this call.
Yeah, the Terps looking to get some early momentum shifting off this challenge here. It was a nice 2 straight points for Penn State to start out the game. The kill by Maggie Mendelson. However, the Terps are looking to see, was that ball hit inbounds? But either way, it is a quick start for this Nittany Lions squad, led by Kennedy Martin, their star player on the season. Martin, she leads the Big Ten in kills, 236 of them, averaging 5.23 kills per set. That's just an insane number, Justin.
That is pretty cool for Kennedy Martin.
And Maryland with a successful challenge there. So the ball did go out of bounds. It will be awarded to Maryland, yes. And it will be a tie game 1-1, and it will be Allie Williams on the serve.
Williams. Serve is short, so Penn State is awarded a point.
That's her 11th service error on the season. Not what the Terps needed after that successful challenge.
So Julie Grimes will exit the game for Penn State, and Shoemaker-Coley goes to Alex Ewing. Penn State serves. The Terrapins barely return it. Penn State a spike. Point awarded to Penn State. They go up 3-1 in this first set.
Yeah, another nice kill there by Penn State, taking command of this game early on.
It's Ava Faldudo. She serves, returned by Williams. Spike by Maryland. Penn State stays alive though, and a diving effort from Lily Wagner, but she can't get there. So 4-1 Nittany Lions early in this first set. And the bench likes what they see. So Falduto will serve once again in that back right corner. Williams. The Terps have it, and a big spike. And then the Lions stay on, and it's a point awarded to Penn State. So our first big rally we saw there. And
almost the most back and forth we've seen so far. However, it's the same result. Another point for Penn State, 5-1 in favor of the Nittany Lions. Yeah, that is a 4-0 scoring run.
Falduto will serve once again. Williams has it on the return. Some miscommunication, but the Terps stay alive. They get it back over. Another point awarded to Penn State, 6-1. Timeout, Maryland. Adam Hughes wants to talk things over. He doesn't like what he sees, maybe make some substitutions, but the defending national champs take a commanding 6-1 lead in this first set.
Yeah, not exactly the start that Maryland was looking for here. coming off of a big loss against Rutgers. They lost that one in 4 sets. They don't get a turn to their leadership here. Senior Ajak Malawal, she leads the team in kills, 9th in kills in the Big Ten. She's going to be the one that they look to try and get this momentum shifted after a slow start. It's been a lot of Penn State early, but it's really been more of defensive miscues by Maryland.
Yeah. You know, we had that. Falduto has been great with the serves, though, too, and defensive miscues. The one where Allie Williams her serve was short. Just these quick points, and you turn around after a challenge one, tie game, and a minute later you're down 6-1.
It's a nice crowd here in the Xfinity Center. We're in the main gym, not the normal pavilion for this big game. Pretty full crowd here. A lot of seats filled in as the band plays, as we get ready to restart this first set. Penn State up 6-1. It's Ava Falduto again, ready to serve.
Penn State serving right to left. Falduto in the back corner. Ball is up, and she delivers right to Williams once again. The Terps get over. Penn State, a big spike. And the Terps, a couple diving efforts, but point awarded to Penn State. I think that ball stayed on the Terps side, so they were unsuccessful in returning it once again, and they go down 7-1. Jack.
Yeah, nice attempt by the Maryland defense, just not enough on that one.
Yeah, Falduto serves again. Back to Williams. And point Penn State. I think the Terps may have touched the net there.
Yeah, that'll be a net violation on the Terps. Penn State now up 8-1. 7-0 scoring run. Terps in desperate need of a momentum shift as Falduto sends it over.
Falduto over to Williams. A big play by the Terps. And they get their second point of the game.
Yeah, that's the team leader in kills, Ajak Malawal. That's who they need to go to for this momentum shift. She'll take the serve as she looks to bring the Terps back into this game.
Big serve from Aja. Aja from Italy. And point award to Penn State. They tried to block the serve, but it was unfortunate it was out of bounds.
Maryland went up on that one, hit the net as well.
9-2.
And Penn State takes it back.
Jillian Grimes serves. A diving effort by the Terps. They keep it alive. Aja sends it back over. Point awarded to the Terps. Point awarded to Penn State. Aja's return was out of bounds. And Hughes calls his second time out of the game.
Yeah, Malawal just wrong angle on that one. She had the right idea. There was no one in the area where she spiked it to. Just a little too much, forced it out of bounds. And Maryland calls another timeout in desperate need of something here. As they're down 8 right now. Not a good way to start out this game here.
Yeah, you're going to need Aja Malawal to step up. The senior hitting .171. Has 160.
Malawal, the transfer from Tennessee. Last year with Tennessee, she scored a kill in every single set that she played in. Didn't go a single one without scoring a kill. She's continued that trend. She's missed a couple kills within sets here and there, but she's been that dominant force that the Maryland offense needs. However, it's been all Penn State thus far. They've been led by Kennedy Martin, the Big Ten leader in kills. She's been just incredible for this Penn State roster early.
Yeah, Malawal made her first start as a Terp against Coastal Carolina on August 29th. And she had a team leading 13 kills in their win over William and Mary.
Timeout is over. And back out onto the court go the Terps and the Nittany Lions.
It'll be Jillian Grimes wearing white to serve for the Nittany Lions. Right in front of the Terps student section and the band.
Grimes, the libero, 13 service aces on the season. Looking to add to that here. She gets the okay from the referees.
Grimes
puts it up.
Ball is up and delivers. The Terps send it back over. A big spike returned by the Nittany Lions, and that's another point awarded to Penn State.
Yeah, nice kill there from the Nittany Lions, right onto Malwal, who tried to receive it, ended up going into the stands. Kill by Kennedy Martin.
Grimes, serve out of bounds, so point to Maryland, 11-3 in this first set.
And Grimes just sent that one too long. It's her 17th service error on the season. Terps now, they got the ball back, they got the serve back. Now they just need to do something with it.
Helly Melby delivers. Penn State, however, gets it blocked. So they'll try again. A big spike coming in, blocked by the Terps. They send it over. And the Terps get their first point. Get their first consecutive points.
A little bit of deception there out of the Terps. All of them going up at the same time. Don't know who the ball's going to. Ended up going to Rohrbach. Her first kill of the match.
Melby will serve once again. And was that a net violation or just another point blocked out of bounds?
Thought there was a nice block there, except it was blocked. Just went out of bounds on that one. Nice attempt there by the Terps. Just not the right angle on the block attempt from Rohrbach.
So Maureen will serve for the Lions. Allie Williams with it. The Lions keep it in bounds, barely send it back over to Williams. The Lions in a scramble, a big spike, Williams! Some back and forth action here. And the Terps come out on top of that rally. 12-5, they're down. Hughes makes a substitution, Williams will step out.
And just too strong out of Alexis Ewing. Nice run back and forth there. The best volley we've seen thus far.
Yeah, so Dubru will check in for the Terps. Ivo Rohrbach with the serve for the Terps. And point awarded to the Nittany Lions.
A little bit of mishandled defense on that one. It'll be 13-5 in favor of the Nittany Lions.
Williams comes back into the game. Jocelyn Nathan now serving for the Lions in front of that band of the Terps. No spin on that serve. The Terps return it. Oh, a couple of diving efforts by Maryland, but Penn State.
They mentioned it on the serve. A bit of a knuckleball there.
Yeah. Absolutely no spin on that.
Tripped up the Terps defense. 14-5, Penn State leads.
Nathan serves again. Returned by the Terps, barely stays alive as the Lions. The Terps have once again a big spike by the Terps, but just outside the right corner. And out of bounds, Penn State point. 15-5, they're up in this first set.
And just too strong there out of Olivia Huey.
Nathan deals once again.
Huey this time able to get it through.
Yeah, so number 19, Olivia Huey out of Salt Lake City, Utah, gets a kill. And the Lions tried to keep it in bounds, but diving effort couldn't make the play. So with number 26, Lily Wagner serving. It's a redshirt freshman. The Lions cannot get the ball over. Keep getting blocked by the Terps. Williams volleys it over. Diving effort. Point awarded to Maryland.
Yeah, it looked like that one was going out of bounds. However, diving attempt by Jillian Grimes touched it and it landed out of bounds. And so that one's going to go the way of the Maryland Terrapins.
That was Aja Malawal's first kill of the game. That serve also had no spin on the Terps' ends. Out of bounds. Point awarded to the Terps. So they're climbing back into this one. 15-8, they're down.
Yeah, once again, too strong out of the Nittany Lions. Terps are crawling their way back. It's 15-8 now.
Wagner will serve. Terps serving left to right. Ball is up. She delivers. Over to the Lions. Williams keeps it in play. Ajam on the wall. Tried to send it over. The Lions weren't having it though. They blocked it. And they go up 16-8 in this first set.
Yeah, nice block there by Jordan Hopp and Emmy Selman.
Jordan Hopp now
serving up to block Malwall.
Hopp serving for the Lions. There's some miscommunication there between Haley Melby and Lily Wagner led to a point for the Terps. That ball just landed in between them. No one made the play to keep it in play.
Yeah, just miscommunication that just cannot happen on the side of the Terps, especially when you're down 9.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier, defensive miscues. And miscues there by the Lions. That serve is just out of bounds. Good read there by the back line of the Terps.
Service error there. Gets credited
John Spahn
to Jordan Hopp.
Terrapins in the back left corner. Ball is up. She sends it over. And a block by the Terps.
And I see him up there. And I see him up there by Gokchen and Malawal. Sharing the block together, giving the Terps another point. They're at 10.
Spahn will serve once again. Diving efforts by the Lions keeps it in play. Williams, that's it. Spike by Melby, a diving effort by the Lions once again. Williams slides to make the play. Melby sends it over. The Lions keep it in play though. Williams. Melby. Inbounds. Back and forth action, and Penn State comes out on top. They go up 18-10.
Terps are liking going to that front left corner for the spikes, attempting to get it to Melby. Just kept getting blocked, and then the Nittany Lions responded with a nice spike to the back right corner.
Yeah, Melby plays outside here, standing 6'2". Point, Maryland there.
We have a service error to Addie Lyon, her 20th on the season.
Allie Williams will serve.
A little bit of trickery out of the Penn State Nittany Lions there.
Yeah,
Mendelson sends it over. Malawal gets tripped up.
Malawal couldn't keep it in play there, so they go down 19-11 in this first set. Ego Falduto will serve for the Lions. The Lions keep it in play there. Malawal out of bounds, too strong on that hit, so point to the Lions.
That's been Malawal's kryptonite, hitting it too strong. She gets a little overhyped at times, but she still is the Terps' best key kill player, so you got to go to her.
Good read there by Williams, awareness to recognize how that's there. Terps are down 20-12 here.
It is set point though, so the Nittany Lions just need one to go up 1 set to none.
And
they're going to get it there with a service error.
So Malawal serve goes out of bounds.
My fault. Sets go to 25. It's 21-12.
So they'll need 4 more points to Maryland's 14. Melby! A hit. Too strong for the Lions to return. And Melby will now serve.
Olivia Hui checks back in for the Terrapins.
Melby serve is returned by the Lions. Right back to Melby. To Malawal. Big spike. By Olivia Hui. You said just check back in, and
Hui checks in, gets the kill right off the get-go.
They're now 3 points away from taking the first set. Melby still serving. Point awarded to the Lions.
Now serving for the Lions, number 18, Anthony Martin.
So Martin, the red shirt senior, will serve. Sorry, the junior, staying 6 feet 6 inches tall, will serve for the Nittany Lions.
And a nice kill there by Rohrbach. And the Terps are continuing to just inch their way back into this one. 22-15.
Yeah, they're staying alive here. Rohrbach will serve. Point awarded to the Lions.
Gets blocked out of bounds by Lily Wagner. And the Nittany Lions are now up to 23. 2 points away from taking the first set as Testudo, the Terrapin mascot, is walking through the stands, chatting with some of the fans out there.
These fans
trying to get the fans hyped up.
Yeah, these fans, first 200 fans are in shirts. So we got a good crowd here for the Terps as they, Malawal keeps it in play. A diving effort to save it, Malawal. And they go to Rui, who's hit is out of bounds. So Penn
now is set point.
You got that, Jack. Set point, 24-15 lead here for the Nittany Lions. They need 1 point to take this first set, go up 1-0. Good read by the Terps. Point awarded to Maryland. The serve from the Lions was just out of bounds. So Wagner to try and keep this set alive. The Terps down by 8. Wagner, Williams, Malawal sends it back over. Melby sets up Rui, whose serve is out of bounds. So, Jack, that is the first set. Penn State goes up 1-0, 25-16. And you were talking about number 19, Olivia Rui. She's been standing in that spot where Melby is, and ever since she checked in, she's had about 4 or 5 hits that have just gone out of bounds, and you said defensive miscues that have just killed the Terps.
Yeah, in fact, both her and Malawal, two of the top attackers on this Terps team, have negative hitting percentages through that first set. Not what the Terps need if they're going to defeat these defending national champions. I mean, Penn State has not gotten off to a great start to the season, but this game today, it looks like they're right back into that form.
Think they're intimidated by the defending national champs?
And last year they were led by Kennedy Martin. This year, once again, being led by Martin. She's led the way so far for the Lions. 5 kills on a .364 hitting percentage, and including 5 digs. She's just an all-around player who's able to just command this Lions team more so than the rest of them can. As we transition over to the second set, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back from the Xfinity Center. Penn State leads 1-0. Welcome back in to the Xfinity Center. My name is Jack Zwirn alongside Justin Haberman, where we've got a 1-0 matchup. Penn State ahead of Maryland in this highly anticipated volleyball match. The Xfinity Center is full. Both Terps fans and Penn State fans have made the trip out. I've seen a lot of Penn State fans out in the crowd, and they have good reason to. They took that first set commandingly.
Yeah, and these fans have to like what they see. Just defensive miscues killing the Terps. As you said, Volleyball and really negative hitting percentages through that first set. I want to see a turnaround for the Terps. I want to see what Hughes draws up here, and hopefully the Terps can get an early lead and get themselves back into this match.
We'll see if they can, as Penn State will serve to start the second set. It'll be Addie Lyon, grad student from O'Fallon, Missouri, will be set to serve away to start of set number 2. Terps ready to receive, and we are underway for set number 2. Sends it over, received by the Terps. Kill attempt by Melby, and it is a successful kill as the block is deflected out of bounds by Penn State. Maryland off to a much better start in the second set.
Yeah, that's huge. You want to get on top early. It's their first lead here in this match as a whole, and Williams is set to serve.
Williams sends it over. Penn State receives a kill right there from Kennedy Martin, adding to her Big Ten lead. She's just been absolutely incredible.
Yeah, Martin, she stands 6'6". I mean, you know, growing up, she's probably used to a basketball court because at that height, I mean, she just towers over everyone on this court.
Faldudo sends it over, received by Williams. Wagner to Rohrbach, sent back over by the Penn State as Maryland sends it back. They get it to the far side, and that one will stay inbounds as the kill is made by Alexis Ewing. Ewing coming into the game for the first time of the set. 4 kills back in the first set. That was her first of the second. As Faldudo sends it over, Malawal sends it too far and out of bounds. So another attack error for Ajak Malawal, her 4th of the game.
So Penn State went down by 1, but have scored 3 consecutive points. And it's Ava Falduto set to serve for the Lions.
Received by Maryland, blocked out of bounds by Maryland, and that'll be Penn State ball, or Penn State point, that is. And they go up 4-1 now, as Alexis Ewing will get credited with the kill, and Falduto continues to be in control with her serves as she sends it over again to Wagner, who fails to rate it in.
I believe that was Williams who just fumbled the serve there, so it's defensive miscues, the story of this match.
That'll be the first service ace of the game, and it goes the way of the Nittany Lions. Falduto's 11th of the season. She goes for 2 in a row as the Terps are able to receive this one and send it over. And that one too hard by Alexis Ewing. Terps will get their second point of the second set. So now it'll be Malawal to serve. Looking to get some momentum going in the way of the Terps. Sends it over, received. No, it goes into the net. And that'll be a service error going to Maryland, her 30th on the season.
This is unlike Malawal. You said earlier before she had a kill in every game when she was in Tennessee. And that one she just couldn't even serve it over the net.
We Grimes to serve it. And Maryland just unable to bring it back over to the Penn State side. And it'll be a 7-2 advantage in favor of the team from Pennsylvania. It'll be Grimes once again on the serve. Sends it over. Received by Maryland, but it just gets sent out of bounds. So that'll be credited as another service ace by Grimes as Melby fails to rate it in. and Maryland calls another timeout. Maryland just has not been able to get anything going, Justin.
No, not at all. I mean, they got that first point, but besides that, it's just been all Nittany Lions. So we'll see what Hughes does here. Hughes is entering his 8th season as a head coach for the Terps. He was previously assistant head coach. He's the 5th head coach in their program history, and we'll see what he does here. He has his team down at 8-2 in a Big Ten hyped up match.
Yeah, the Terps are coming off 3 straight losses since the start of conference play, and they've only won 1 set in those combined 3 games. They took 1 against Rutgers on Friday, but they lost 3-0 to Iowa. They lost 3-0 to Nebraska. They just have no momentum going on their side, whereas the Nittany Lions, they have lost 2 in a row, and they've only won 1 set there, but they're the defending national champions. This is just, they're expecting to perform well. They just haven't yet until today.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, you don't expect the national champions to be 7-6, but I mean, right now they look like national champions.
I mean, it's a surprise too, because their head coach, Katie Schumacher-Cawley, took 4 seasons. She's won 84 games, only lost 19 coming into the season. So it's just very unlike a Penn State team led by Schumacher-Cawley. As the teams get back out on the court, there'll be another serve from Jillian Grimes, looking to keep the momentum in favor of Penn State and keep their 3-0 scoring run going. Maryland, they look shaken over there on the far side of the court. We'll see if they're able to get anything going as Grimes sends it over. Coming out of the timeout, received by Maryland. It'll be Melby to send it over. Penn State receives. Grimes over to Ewing. So back over, back and forth action. And a kill there by the Terps. As it looks like Kennedy Martin sends one out of bounds.
Yeah, so far, when we see back and forth action, it's the Nittany Lions coming out on top, but the Terps are on the point there. 8-3. The Terps are down.
Terps serve. They're able to get it back. Penn State sends it back. Good block there by Penn State. So they send it over. Williams receives. They get it to Malawal. Penn State now on the offense. They send it back over. Maryland sends it back, but a nice diving effort to keep it alive for Penn State. And that one drops on the side of Penn State. And Maryland will take the point after a nice long rally there. Rohrbach from Wagner. And Maryland has cut the lead in half.
Yeah, so some great rallying here. It was a great diving effort by the Nittany Lions, but you said it dropped right in that M sign.
Melby sends it over. Penn State receives, sends it back. Wagner sends it over. And a spike down from Eva Rohrbach. The Terps have some momentum going for the first time today.
Yeah, so climbing back into this one after that timeout. And we're just down 8-5 here as they get ready to serve. It's Haley Melby.
Melby sends it to Faldudo. Sends it into the corner. And too far from Alexis Ewing. And that'll bring Maryland within 2. These last few points, Maryland has seemed to have come alive. And they're going to continue that momentum here as they send it back over. A spike attempt from Martin gets blocked out of bounds by Rohrbach, and Penn State will get the ball back. Martin to serve. Looking for a 15th service ace of the season, and she'll get it. That's 15 on the year for the junior, as Penn State now extends their lead to 4. Maryland had momentum but has lost it in the last couple points. Martin serves it back. It'll be Wagner to Malawal. Cannot be received by Martin. And Maryland is now with the serve again, 10-7.
Yeah, so Morgan serving for the Lions, but couldn't make the play on that defensive effort, so it'll be Ivo Rohrbach serving for the Terps.
Rohrbach a little long, and it does go out of bounds. So service error there for Rohrbach. And that'll be her 14th on the season, 11-7 Penn State. And they'll get the serve back with Jocelyn Nathan, the junior out of Wilmington, Delaware. Sends it over. Received by Maryland. And a missed spike there by Gokchen. She went up and just whiffed. Swing and a miss.
Yeah,
and Penn State will take another point.
Terps are just beating themselves here. They're down 12-7.
Let's go Maryland chance erupt as Penn State serves it over. Malawal with a soft spike, and they'll get the point there. Malawal maybe coming to life here late in the second set.
Yeah, coming to life, and so is Xfinity Center. You said the fans here cheering along their team. Hopefully they can get back into it. They're down 12-8 right now in the second set.
Wagner sends it over. A spike attempt by Penn State, blocked by Maryland. They get it back to Malawal with another little soft hit. And that's 2 kills in a row for Rajak Malawal, the senior.
Yeah, and that ball dropped in the same spot on those 2 points right in the middle.
Maybe she found a hole in the Penn State defense.
Right next to where Jillian Grimes is standing.
Wagner sends it over. No, into the net, and that'll be a service error for Maryland. Checking in, freshman Lexi Jin, and she'll take the serve for Penn State. Couple bounces, puts it up and hits it. Gets over the net, received by Williams. Williams to Wagner, to Malawal. And that'll be point Penn State as she hit the net on that one.
So it seems that every time that the Terps get momentum and, a couple points in a row, try to string, rally together and come back, they just keep on beating themselves.
Another serve by Penn State. They get it to Wagner, to Sydney Bryant. Penn State with the receive there. Sent over by Mendelson. Penn State now looking for another attack here, but no! A little too far on the pass. Intended for Mendelson, but it goes into the scorer's table. And that'll be Maryland point. 14-10 in favor of the Nittany Lions. And Maryland will send Jonna Spahn back to serve. 300 career digs. Looking to add to that total here today. Sends it a little long, but still in play. And a spike by the Nittany Lions, and it'll be a point for them, as that one was hit by Emmy Selman.
Now serving for the Nittany Lions, number 7, Andy Lyon.
Lyon to serve. Sends it up, hits it. Received by Williams. Almost a bit of miscommunication there by the Terps. Malawal sends it over. Penn State. They get it back over. Malawal with the receive. It's sent by Sydney Bryant. Gets over the net, but received by Penn State. Another block there by Gokchen as Maryland send it over. Penn State now. Get it down. A diving attempt by Allie Williams. Unsuccessful, as that one extends Penn State's lead to 6. Kill given to Maggie Mendelson, and a timeout called by Maryland.
Yeah, so some great action on both sides of the ball. It's just that the Nittany Lions are coming out on top in these back and forth rallies. Some diving efforts by the Terps. Allie Williams could make the play with the outstretched arm, and the Terps all of a sudden are down 16-10 in the second set, and you really don't want to go down 2-0.
Yeah, I say it all the time. You can't win when you beat yourself. And the Terps defense has been a little sloppy here and there, but the main problem has actually been their hitting percentage. 4 Terps have a negative hitting percentage right now, and up until very recently, the team as a whole was in the negatives on their hitting percentage. They've gone it back up into the positives, but it's only at .037, which is ridiculously low. You go to Penn State, they're at .255, which is about normal. So Maryland, they've just been beating themselves, and Penn State's taking complete advantage of the situation. A little bit of a sweep of the court, get some sweat off, and the teams return to the court from the Maryland timeout. Penn State up 16-10 and 1-0 in the game overall. Maryland looking to win just their second set in the last 4 games.
So it'll be Addie Lyon who's ready to serve for Penn State.
Lions into the net, but it does go over. Wagner to Bryant. Received by Penn State. And a spike there. And that'll go the way of Maggie Mendelson. Another kill for her 4th of the game. And the Terps are now down 7 to the Penn State Nittany Lions. As Lions puts it up and over the net. Diving, blocked by the Terps, and they get it over. They get it to Martin, who sends it long, but it was tipped by Gokchen, and it'll be an 8-point advantage for the team in blue. Lions sends it over, received by Maryland. Wagner to Bryant. Penn State with a spike, and a point for Maggie Mendelson. She's been their go-to recently, even at the same level as Kennedy Martin, who's been who's the leader in kills in the Big Ten. Mendelson stepping up in a big way here today. 87 kills on the season now for her. As that'll be a service error for Addie Lyon. That'll be the 6th of the day for Penn State. And it's now 19-11.
Yeah, the Terps, 4 players in negative hitting percentage, as you said, and as a whole, just 36%. But somehow they're still in this one. They're just down by 9 here in the second set.
So we'll go another kill for Kennedy Martin there. Penn State extending their lead to 9. Allie Williams and Ava Rohrbach sub in for Maryland. And it'll be Ava Faldudo back serving for Penn State. She puts it up. Received by Williams. Wagner to Malwall. And that'll be blocked out of bounds by Penn State. Going to be a kill for Malwall. And it's an 8-point deficit now. Malwall back to serve. Up and away. Penn State receives another spike by Ewing, but it goes too long, and Maryland on a 2-0 scoring run.
Yeah, just to point something out, this front line here for the Nittany Lions, Kennedy Martin 6'6", Alexis Ewing 6'4", and Maggie Mendelson 6'5", so an advantage for them when it comes to blocks.
Malwall sends it up and over. Penn State with the receive. Ewing gets it over, but blocked by Maryland. And that'll be a point for Maryland there, as both sides go up for a block attempt. Lands on the side of Penn State. It was Williams versus Lyon. Williams comes out on top. And now Malwall looking for the 4th point in a row for the Terps. Sends it down and a little bit too far. And Penn State will take the service error. Both teams with 6 apiece in terms of service errors thus far.
By the Lions to recognize it was out of bounds, and they're just 4 points away from going up 2-0 against the Terps.
Penn State serves it over. Bryant is able to get it over and down. Haley Melby with a kill there.
Now serving number 4, Haley Melby.
And Melby, once she gets the point, and she now gets to serve. 21-15 Penn State. Melby puts it up and over. Received by Penn State. Sends it over by Martin. And a kill there from Malawal. She's finally getting going here today. Her 7th kill of the game. Maryland up to 16 now. Momentum on their side as Melby kills the momentum with a service error going too long. Every time Maryland gets some points going their way,
they just end up beating themselves.
They lose that momentum and end up losing more and more ground to this Penn State roster with now Kennedy Martin serving. Received by Bryant. Malawal sends it over. Back to Penn State. Martin with the kill. Nope. Received by Maryland. Sent back over. This time it's going to be a point for Maryland, as it looks like Penn State might have hit the net on that one. Jordan Hopp, I think, got a little too close. It'll be 22-17 in favor of Penn State. Eva Rohrbach to serve. Sends it over. Received by Falduno, but it goes into the stands, and it's another point for the Terps. They're crawling back into this, a 4-point deficit now.
Yeah, they're just down by 4 here, 22-18. So things can turn around quickly in favor of the Terps as Rohrbach is set to serve once again.
Into the net, and that'll be another service error.
I think I jinxed it, Jack. That serve didn't go over the net.
Every time Maryland gets their momentum going, some error on their side ends that momentum, gives it back to Penn State, and it'll be Jocelyn Nathan to serve, looking to take set 2 for Penn State.
Yeah, whether it serves
2 points away. But Maryland will get the ball back after an attack error by Emmy Selman.
So it's either serves that are too strong, serves that are not strong enough, blocks out of bounds, ball's not landing in favor of the Terps, but they keep on beating themselves. Right there, just Wagner couldn't keep it in play. And the Terps are hanging on by 5 points here. It's point set, hanging on by a string. The Terps looking to go. They want to win 6 unanswered points they need here. Otherwise, they're looking down 2 sets to none.
It'll be Lexi Jin to serve. On set point for Penn State. She puts it up, sends it over. Received by Williams to Wagner. To Bryant. Received by Penn State, but it goes out of bounds. And it'll be point Maryland as Mendelson couldn't handle it. And it's 24-20 now. It'll be Spahn back to serve for Maryland, as Jillian Grimes subs in for Penn State. Sent over by Spahn. Penn State looking to end set 2 here with a spike. Received by Maryland. And Maryland with an attack error there. Haley Melby unable to corral it. And it's a 2-0 set lead for Penn State. They take a 2-0 advantage. And this has just been complete domination by this Penn State squad as both teams leave the court. Maryland, lots to discuss. Penn State, they just got to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Jack, but we got a 5-minute break here between sets 2 and 3, so we'll be with you here after heading into the 3rd set. Right now, it's the defending national championship. Penn State Navy Lions up 2 sets to none, but we're doing Maryland Terrapins.
Through 2. Welcome back into the Xfinity Center. We are a minute out from set number 3 here at the Xfinity Center. Penn State versus the Maryland Terrapins. Penn State up 2-0. And before we get started in set 3, I want to give a few shout outs to Penn State here. Kennedy Martin, I mean, she already leads the Big Ten in kills and kills percent, all this other stuff. She's had another incredible game here today. 9 kills, a 350 hitting percentage. Alexis Ewing, she's been great as well, 7 kills. Maggie Mendelson, another 5. This Penn State squad has run through those 3 guys all day today. And they've just been able to dominate based off of that. On the side of Maryland, they haven't gotten anything going. Ajak Malawal's been her usual self for the most part, but she still has 4 attack errors and a 158 hitting percentage, which is not normal for Malawal. Rohrbach 4 kills, Nate Melby with 3, but the Penn State Nittany Lions have just taken control of this match.
All right, we get set for set number 3 here as the Nittany Lions take the court. The Terps are late.
Maryland fans on their feet here as we start set 3. Waving the Maryland flag. Hoping to bring something into this Maryland team, some sort of spark. But it's all been Penn State thus far. They're looking to continue that here. They brought out a good crowd though, Penn State. I've seen many Penn State fans out here in the Xfinity Center as we get set to start set number 3. Addie Kennedy.
Her serve is up, over, and too strong. Point for Penn State. Hughes can't like that one, Jack.
And I mean, Maryland wanted to start out set number 3.
I mean, you have to be perfect if you're Penn State here. I'm sorry, if you're Maryland here, if you want to stay alive, you have to be perfect, and that's the exact opposite as Kennedy's able to receive that serve. And the Terps get their first point. Eva Rohrbach will check in. Ali Williams, number 24, dressed in white, will serve for the Terrapins. That serve, a little soft serve and some trickery there. Penn State, the outstretched arm, but number 7, Addie Lyon, couldn't return it.
The service east of the game, second by Maryland. Maybe this can be the start of some momentum. And there it is. They have a 3-1 lead here, as Allen just could not be handled by the Penn State front line.
Yeah, so it's their second lead of this set here. I mean, the first one they went up 1-0, but besides that, it's been all Penn State. And the Terps shot themselves up 3-1. And Williams is set to serve once again. The Lions return it. But I believe that hit the net, and the Terps are up 4-1 all of a sudden, Jack.
Yeah, I don't know what Adam Hughes told his team during that break, but it seemed to have worked so far. Penn State looking to get their old self back.
Williams, the serve once again. Players flying all over the place for Penn State. Same with Maryland, and that ball drops.
It was a nice diving run by Lily Wagner. Just got the wrong spin on the ball. Couldn't get it up high enough for Maryland to continue the rally. And that'll go the way of Penn State 4-2 in favor of the Terps. As Alexis Ewing and Eva Faldudo sub in. Faldudo to serve.
Faldudo's serve is up. Received by Diving Williams. Kept in play by Kennedy. Sent over by Melby. The Lions handle it. And a block for the Terps. Eva Rohrbach, 1-2. Eva Rohrbach, as you said, Jack. And it's out of Malawal, who was out of negative hitting percentage, hitting 200 so far. She's set to serve here for the Terps. Malawal, the left-handed serve, no spin on it. Handled by the Lions. Melby. So back and forth action here. Players flying all over the place, and it lands in favor of the Terps. So a point awarded to the Terps. It's a block, and Volleyball Serves once again, Jack.
I'll say it again. I don't know what Adam Hughes told his team, but they've got a spark here. And that's exactly what this crowd came out to see.
Up 6-2, Montreal serve. Returned by the Nittany Lions. Montreal keeps it in play. A downing effort, but a point awarded to Penn State there. They cut the lead in half, 6-3 in favor of the Terps.
Gabrielle Nichols with the kill there. Her first of the game. So first attempt of the game. This is the first time she's gotten into this match. Gets a kill in her first play.
Another point there on the other to the Terps. Line serve over to Wagner to Rohrbach, who got the point, and it's Haley Melby who will serve for the Terps. Melby outside hitting, junior, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall out of Munster, Indiana. Has her team on top 7-3 there. The net looks like it's moving to a violation here.
Yeah, that one was going to be going into the net, and after a brief moment of discussion between the refs, it's going to be point Maryland, as they said Penn State was the ones who hit the net. We talk about Maryland having negative hitting percentages on their team, but right now Penn State has a negative hitting percentage as a team in this third set.
Yeah, so the script has flipped as Williams plays it. We have a whistle here, though.
That'll be another net violation.
Yeah.
That'll be Penn State with the point there.
So the Lions serve returned by the Terps. Montreal, phenomenal hit there. Barely kept it in bounds, but she got the point. Terps up 9-4. And you said it earlier, I mean, it took a while for her to get going, but Montreal has been the point man for the Terps, and she's hitting .238 right now with 9 kills, team leading.
And another point there for Maryland is Rohrbach with a service ace. Maryland, something has flipped in this Maryland mindset, this game plan, and they're up by 6 now. As it's Rohrbach to serve once again.
Rohrbach serve is up. Received by the Lions. Handled and a downing effort by Rohrbach, but the Lions get the ball to drop right in the center.
Yeah, Bryant just unable to get to that one. And Penn State has cut the lead in half 10-5. Couple substitutions coming in. Allie Williams subs in for Maryland.
Line serve is up. Some diving efforts keeps it alive by the Lions. And a point awarded to Penn State.
Wagner too much on that one. Goes out of bounds. Go down as an attack error, and Penn State takes the point. Excuse me, by Gokchen.
Penn State keeps it alive. A big hit by number 13, Emmy Selman, to get the point for the Terps.
Penn State crawling back into this Maryland lead here. 10-7.
Serve is out of bounds. Defensive miscues for Penn State. And the Terps bench likes what they see. So do the fans here. And Wagner is set to serve for the Terps, up 11-7 in set number 3 at Xfinity Center. What a play by Williams. Montreal keeps it in play. Williams once again, Wagner. And a point awarded to the Terps. Oh my goodness. Williams with the dive, Montreal plays it from out of bounds. And the Terps get the bounce.
The crowd has gone to shots here at the Xfinity Center. Montreal saved it from going into the scorers table. And the crowd just went nuts the second they got that point. It'll be Wagner back to serve. And into the net it goes. Service error credited to Wagner.
Number 8, Gabrielle Nichols, and number 9, Lexi Jin. Jin to serve for Penn State.
That'll be her third service error of the game. Miscommunication by Maryland, but they're able to get it over. And point for Maryland. I can't tell. Did Penn State hit the net there?
Not too
No,
sure.
they killed the Cindy Bryant. She did get that over.
And the
Nice
Terps,
play there by the Terps.
they're up 13-8. It's Kennedy set to serve. That one just too strong. Good read there by
Point, Penn State.
the Nittany Lions. They're just down by 4.
Now serving for the Nittany Lions for Cincinnati Lions.
Oh! Allie Williams got in the face there by a wall.
She gets right back up. She is okay. The shot coming down off the hand of Emmy Selman.
Yeah, so Penn State coming back in this one. They're just down 13-10.
We're going to have a quick timeout here as Adam Hughes is out to make sure Williams is okay. She took a hard hit to the face there. She seems to be laughing it off. She will stay in the game, gets a hug from her teammates. However, Penn State has cut the Maryland lead down to just 3. It'll be Addie Lyon back to serve for the Nittany Lions.
Lyon, a redshirt senior. Her serve is up over the net. Returned by it's Wall, but it was blocked by Penn State. So Wall will try again. This time gets it over. The Lions. Wagner keeps it in play. Mulvey plays it from out of bounds. Nittany Lions barely keep it up. Back and forth action here, Jack. Wall, we go 2-0 for the Terps, but her hit was too strong, out of bounds, and put awarded to Penn State.
That was the best rally I've seen out of Penn State in this third set. Just rallying off of some missed hits there by both Maryland and Penn State. They're able to get the point in the end. So we have a quick timeout here. I guess Maryland is challenging the call on the field here. See if the ball was hit in play or not.
Hughes challenged the second point of this game. He won it. Let's see what the outcome is here, though. As the Terps are down 13-11, they were down the Terps are up 13-11. Excuse me, they were up 13-8, but 3 straight points for Penn State, and all of a sudden they're back into it. So this challenge will also give some resting time for the Terps. Take a deep breath. They won't let this one get away from you. They want to stay alive here. If they lose this set, the game is over.
Yeah, Maryland hoping for that successful challenge here. Penn State looking for it to be upheld, so they would only be 2 points below the threshold for the lead. As the Cupid Shuffle plays and the fans get a nice little dance break here. We've talked about her a lot throughout this match, Kennedy Martin, but she's just been incredible for this Penn State team here today. 11 kills here early on in set number 3. But it's not just the kills. She also is averaging over 2 digs per set and just under 1 block per set. She's just an amazing all-around player for this Penn State squad. And they're able to rally around her. On the side of Maryland, we keep mentioning Ajak Malawal, the senior from Rome, Italy. 43 blocks on the year coming into today's game, averaging just under 3.5 kills per set. And the ruling has come out. It was in favor of Penn State. Ball was out of bounds. It is an attack error by Malawal. She'll lose credit on the kill, back down to 10. And it'll be a 2-point advantage for the Terps.
And we are set. Malawal's hit is...
Malawal takes it right back. Gets that point back on the board for the Terrapins. Unable to be received by the Lions. Nice diving attempt, though, by Selman.
So Williams will serve the senior out of St. Louis, Missouri. That serve is received by the Lions, and a big hit from Penn State. Kevin Martin, the junior, like we said, standing 6'6", the tallest player on the court on both sides.
The kill there goes to Kennedy Martin once again, adding to that total.
Martin leads the team with 12 kills. Penn State serve is up. Williams will keep it in play. Sets up Hillary Melby. That serve is just inside the line, and the Terps earn a point.
Bit of a hesitant celebration on that point. Thought it might have gone long, but ruling in favor of the Terps. They're back up 3. As we will now have our media timeout. Both teams get a breather. Penn State looking to turn this set around. Maryland just needing to keep the momentum going. We'll be right back from the Xfinity Center. Welcome back to the Xfinity Center as Hot to Go plays. Maryland fans are hyped, Penn State fans are hyped, and we are ready to finish this third set. 15-12 Maryland advantage. Penn State looking to crawl their way back in, but it is Maryland who's been in control for the first time today.
So Ajah Malawal is set to serve for the Terps. They have themselves up 15-12 in this third set. As Let's Go Maryland chants erupts from this crowd.
Malawal awaiting the signal from the referees to begin to continue this third set. She gets the whistle. Couple dribbles on the court. Puts it up, and we're back underway.
Williams with a diving effort to keep it in play. Wagner sets up Malawal. Penn State barely holding on. Diving players all over, and Maryland earns the point.
Lexi Jin almost able to get to it. Just not enough on her shot there. And it'll go the way of Maryland, 16-12.
So Malawal will serve once again. Terps up 16-12. That serve barely got over. And Malawal earns the point. The 17-12 lead now.
The service ace for Maryland, Malawal. And Penn State is calling timeout here. Momentum has shifted and the crowd can feel it.
Yeah, so 2 quick points Out of that timeout taken by Maryland, and Kate Shawmaker Charlie wants to go back to the drawing board. Terps up 17-12. We'll be back after this timeout. And we welcome you back to Xfinity Center, where it's the Maryland Terrapins currently down 2 sets. And they're up 17-12 here. Volleyball set to serve.
Once again, she's just waiting for the whistle. She gets it.
The okay from the referee. Volleyball's serve is up. Hit with that left hand. Returned by the Nittany Lions. And that's exactly what Penn State needed at that timeout.
Yeah, nice kill there by Ava Faldudo. Just perfectly placed by the sophomore from Amherst, Illinois.
Penn State serve. Williams keeps it in play. Melby plays it from near the scores table. Sends it back over. Maluara couldn't handle it. And a kill for Penn State.
(17-14) Maryland advantage. It's Penn State to serve. It's up and over. Maryland receives Wagner with a nice little quick hit over. Penn State receives, sends it back. Wagner over to the corner. It's Bryant. Penn State able to receive it. Nice block there by Rohrbach. And the crowd erupts as Rohrbach gets credited with the kill there. Maryland up 4. Maryland with the serve back. It's Melby to send it. Received by Penn State. Picks it up. Sends it back over. Received by Bryant, but it goes back over to the Penn State side. They get a chance to reset. They send it over to Martin. Martin to Wagner, who receives it to Williams. They get it back to Bryant. Bryant puts it down. And the Terps score another point. 19-14 in favor of Maryland here in this third set.
Yeah, so the Terps up 19-14 here. This is their largest lead so far.
Melby back to serve. She gets it over. Bit of a miscommunication there by Penn State, but they do get it back over. Wagner sends it behind her to Rohrbach. Rohrbach able to get it down. No! Penn State with a nice dig. And a spike coming from Gabrielle Nichols.
So I think everyone thought that ball was on the floor, but Penn State was able to keep it alive, and they earned themselves a point there. 19-15 Terps lead as it's the Nittany Lions who are set to serve.
Sends it over, received by Bryant, over to Wagner. Back to Bryant, puts it up. Blocked by Penn State, out of bounds on Maryland's side of the net. And Maryland is up to 20. Gokchen checks back in for Maryland. They're going no libero here as Rohrbach sends it up and over. Received by Penn State. And that will be point Penn State as it's just unable to be received by Maryland. That's what happens when you're without a libero. That key defensive player, Williams, checks right back in for Maryland as Penn State will get the serve now. It'll be Martin on the serve. Sends it deep, received by Bryant. Wagner over the net by Bryant. And Sydney Bryant adds to her kill total. That's her 5th. And Maryland takes a 5-point advantage. Wagner back to serve. Her pre-serve ritual, sends it up and over. Hits the top of the net, goes over. Penn State receives it though. But the return gets sent out of bounds by Emmy Selman. So all momentum is in the favor of the Maryland Terrapins right now.
Yeah, so the Terps just 3 points away from winning their first set and staying alive in this one.
Wagner sends it over. Penn State receives. Wagner with a diving effort there. Williams to Malawal, received by Penn State. They're able to get it back over. Bryant to Wagner, back to Malawal, who sends it long, and that'll be Penn State point. A little too much on that one for Majak Malawal. And back for Penn State with the serve. It's Gabrielle Nichols up over the net to Williams.
So Wagner spin.
Sends it over. Penn State looking to set up a nice spike, but it hits the ground on the side, and Maryland is 2 points away from the set victory. Addie Kennedy checks back in for Maryland as that'll be Bryant taking a seat. It'll be Kennedy back to serve. Puts it up and over. Received by Penn State. Martin blocked by Bryant. That's Melby. But Penn State still gets the point there, as it'll be a nice kill by Emmy Selman with help from Jocelyn Nathan.
23-18 now, Terps up.
Ryan back to serve for Penn State. Puts it up, gets it over. Kennedy with the receive. Wagner behind to Malawal, gets it up and over. Penn State looking for the kill there, and they get it.
So Penn State
credit to Gabrielle Nichols, the freshman.
Penn State climbing back into this one.
2 straight for Penn State. That'll be Lyon back to serve. Quick little mop up on the court. And we are ready to get back underway. It'll be Lyon back deep. The grad student out of O'Fallon, Missouri. Looking for another point for the Lions. Sends it over, Kennedy receives. Wagner behind him, Malawal, who gets it down. And that'll be another point for Maryland. Set point. All-star by Smash Mouth plays as the Terps are at set point. The crowd on their feet. Williams serves it over. Received by Penn State. And a nice block there by Wagner Malawal. Looks to get it back in play. She does. Sent over by Melby. Penn State receives. And a spike out of bounds by Nichols. And Penn State, with the attack error, gives the first set of the game to the Maryland Terrapins. Their second set victory and their last 4 games combined.
Yeah, so the Terps go up 25-19 to take the third set of the game. They avoid getting swept. They just down 2-1. And we'll be back with you after this for set number 4.
Welcome back to the Xfinity Center. My name is Jack Zwirn. Alongside me, Justin Haberman, where we have a potential reverse sweep in the making, maybe, by the Terrapins. They're down 2 sets, 2-0 sets, and then make 1 set 3. Maryland looking to complete the reverse sweep. They got 2 more to win, but Penn State did not look like themselves in that 3rd set.
No, I mean, Maryland found their rhythm there in that 3rd set. First 2 sets, it was just a bunch of defensive miscues, but the Terps found themselves, found their identity. Well, Penn State, I guess, they looked past Maryland and, thought they had this one in the bag, but all of a sudden they got to put some more work into it if they want to win this one. As these fans at Xfinity Center are on their feet, the crowd is roaring as they cheer along their team, hopefully try to tie up this match.
Tiny trumpet plays as the fans are jumping all over the Xfinity Center as we get ready to start the 4th set of this highly anticipated volleyball matchup. Fans getting hyped, players getting hyped. Lily Wagner's dancing on the court. And it's time to start this 4th set. 2-1 in favor of Penn State, but Maryland dominated the 3rd one. Quick last-minute team meeting for Penn State as Maryland checks in their lineup. Robach will start the set on the bench for Maryland. Jordan Hopp comes out for Penn State. It'll be Addie Lyon to set to serve for the Lions to start set number 4. Lyon coming into today's game was averaging just under 8 assists per set. Been a key player for this Lions squad here today as she sends it over. Maryland gets the first point as Malawal sends it down.
It's exactly what you want to see if you're Adam Hughes. Get in front early. The only lead is Allen Williams is set to serve.
Williams up and over. Received by Penn State. And a nice little spinny kill there for Maggie Mendelson. Put a lot of spin on that one.
Yeah, that one
goes the Maryland defense. And they'll get the serve right back as Faldudo will take the serve. She's been their best server so far today. Up and over it goes. Williams on the receive to Wagner. Over back to Maryland as Penn State sends it back. Malawal unable to get there. Back to Maryland's side. Ewing with the attempt there. Penn State back with the ball. And a spike received by Maryland. Williams puts it up. Melby sends it over. And a spike there by Maggie Mendelson. That's 2 in a row for the senior out of North Ogden, Utah.
A great rally there. And the Terps played the ball out of bounds numerous times, but couldn't handle the spike from the Nittany Lions.
Faldudo to Kennedy to Williams to Melby. Nice dig there by Penn State. Gets it back over the net. Maryland sends it right back. They get it to the corner. And that'll be a point Maryland as that's Ewing, attempts to get the kill, blocked by Robach and Gokchen. And Maryland ties this game back up 2-2 here in set number 4 as Malawal sends it over. And that'll be a kill there for the Lions. It'll be Ewing with another one. She's been really good so far here today. Ewing has 9 kills and another 6 assists. And that one goes too long on the serve. Maryland will get the serve back. It'll be Melby. So Grimes sends it long, gives it back to Melby. She'll send it over, but it goes right to that. So back-to-back service errors by both squads here. 4-3 lead for Penn State. And Kennedy Martin will be back to serve. And that'll be a service ace for Kennedy Martin. Martin looking to go for 2 in a row here. Up and over. Right at Allie Williams. Unable to corral that one. Another point for Penn State, 6-3. Martin sends it over. Received by Melby. Get it to the corner, that's Bryant. Puts it up. That'll be Ewing, sends it way long, almost into the band. And Maryland will take the point there.
Yeah, so Maryland got an early lead, but Penn State is back on top, 6-4. That third set, Maryland led the whole time, but right now it's Eva Robach serving for the Terps. Some diving action there, but Maryland earns a point. They're down 6-5. Sydney Bryan with the kill. Eva Warbach will serve. Played by the Nittany Lions. And tie game. She's unable to put it in play. Eva Warbach will serve for the Terps. 6-6. Whistle on the court here, and a violation, I believe.
Penn State will take a timeout here, and we'll be right back from the Xfinity Center. Penn State trails Maryland 7-6 early in set number 4. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Xfinity Center. We're back ready to get back underway as it's Rohrbach back to serve for Maryland, up 1. Seven to 6 in favor of the Terps, but the sets are in favor of the Lions. As Rohrbach awaits the signal from the referees, she gets it. and sends it over. Received by the Lions. They get it to Ewing. Gets it over. Wagner to Malwall. And the Lions. It'll be a point for Maryland there, as it looks like Maryland might have hit the net on that one. So we got a 2-point advantage now for the Terps. It'll go down to an attack error by Abby Lyon. And the Terps will get another point there, as that one gets sent out of bounds. And Rohrbach gets credited with the service ace. She'll look to get 3 in a row for Maryland. Received by Ewing. Over to the near side. And a nice kill there by Jocelyn Hopp. Emmy Selman will check in for the Lions. Allie Williams for Maryland. Serving is Jocelyn Nathan. Maryland able to bring it back over to the Penn State side. Sent behind. Blocked by the Terps. Sydney Bryant and Duru Gokchen combined for the block on that one.
So the Terps were down 6-4. Right now we're up 10-7. So a 6-1 run here for Maryland.
So it'll be Lily Wagner back to serve for Maryland with a 3-point advantage here, as we have a timeout. Both teams in their huddles here. Actually, we have a review here. I think they're looking to see if Maryland hit the net on that last play. It'll be the difference between a 10-7 game and a 9-8 game, which is a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at a 3-point lead or a 1-point lead. The first game's getting to double digits.
We'll see what the referees are able to make the call on. As of now, it's going down as a block assist for Sydney Bryant and Duru Gokchen, and an attack error by Jordan Hopp. Let's see what the call is, and it is going to be in favor of Maryland. Call stands. Penn State has lost their challenge, so both teams are now using their challenges. And Maryland now will give it to Lily Wagner to try and extend this lead. It's currently 3. Received by Penn State. That's Nathan. And the attempt by Grimes goes right into the net. And Maryland will take another point.
So you said a 10-7 game or a 9-8 game, but right now we got an 11-7 game. Maryland carries the momentum from winning the challenge, and they will serve. It's Lily Wagner. Williams plays it. And Penn State earns a point off the block.
Beautifully played there by Penn State. Hit perfectly, so it's just out of the reach of Sydney Bryant. Make that Ajak Malawal, excuse me. And it'll be Penn State with the ball. Lexi Jin back to serve. Back in the saddle by Luke Combs playing. And the crowd is ready.
Lexi Jin.
Here comes Jin. Puts it up and over. Williams to Wagner. To Malawal. Nice dig there by the Lions and Kennedy Martin. However, it goes right back over the net. And Gokchen slams it down with both hands.
Yeah, so right now, Maryland's, if you look at the first 2 sets, it's a completely different story. It was defensive miscues. You said it before, you can't win if you beat yourself. And right now, Maryland has found their identity. Adam Hughes going into, in between sets 2 and 3. Flip the script of this match, and right now Maryland's in front.
And another point there for the Terrapins. As that one back and forth, ends up with another kill by Ajak Malawal. Her 16th of the game, 1-6. An insane number for one game.
Ajak Malawal was at one point hitting in the negatives, as you mentioned before, Jack. Right now, .278%. 16 kills.
Kennedy back to serve for the Terrapins. Up and over. Received by Penn State. And that's going to be a Penn State point as Mendelson perfectly aimed to the back left corner of the Maryland home defensive court. Lyon back and ready to serve for this Penn State team. Down only 2 now. Up and over. Wagner to Malawal. And unable to get there are 2 diving Lion defenders. Maryland back up 3. Allie Williams and Eva Rohrbach back in for the Terps as it gets served over the net. Penn State puts it back. Maryland gets it to Williams, to Malawal. Blocked and out of bounds off of Malawal. And that'll be 3 straight for the Terps.
Yeah, so we're up 14-10 now. Malawal, 18 kills.
She's just been absolutely insane for this Maryland Terrapins team. Bit of a momentum killer there as Kennedy's serve goes right into the net. So it'll be 14-11 now. And the Lions and Faldudo will take it right back. Faldudo puts it up and over. Williams to Wagner. And slammed down, but nice dig there by Faldudo. Back over and blocked out of bounds off the hand of Eva Rohrbach. Faldudo back to serve again. 2-point deficit for the Lions. Faldudo puts it up. Received by Williams to Wagner to Malawal. Nice little soft hit. Back over to Ewing for Penn State. Gets it over, blocked by Wagner. Over to Malawal again. No, it's Ewing. Sends it back over. Maryland. Right into the Penn State defense. But it does not go back over, and Maryland will get another point there. Malawal back to serve. Last one goes down as a kill by Haley Melby, as Malawal sends it right to Faldudo, who gets it to Ewing, who sends it a little long, but saved by Williams. Ewing's kill gets hit by Malawal out of bounds, and it'll be a point for Penn State, 15-13.
Yeah, so Maryland looking like the better team right now, while Penn State hanging on just down 15-13 as Penn State. Julian Grimes served out of bounds, so point earned by Maryland.
That'll be a service error by Penn State there to get Maryland another point. Julian Grimes will get credited with it. Maryland gets the ball back. Up and over.
That's serve.
Received by Penn State. Ewing with the kill attempt. Williams able to block it. And Maryland gets it back over. To get it to Martin, who gets it down. Point for Penn State. Back within 2. Martin ready to serve there, just got the kill, her 15th of the game, puts it up.
In play, I mean, that was
a point Penn State.
In the end.
Both Malawal and Williams thought it was going long, they both backed away. And it stayed in bounds, so a service ace for Kennedy Martin. And she'll go for 2 in a row here. Nice receive by Williams. Right back to Maryland. And they'll get another point. Back up 2. Looked like Wagner and Jordan Hopp had a bit of a collide back and forth at the net. Gave the point to Maryland in the end as Rohrbach sends it over for the Terps. To Martin, who sends it long. Just stays in bounds. And Penn State takes the point, down only 1 now.
17-16, it's anybody's game here.
Rohrbach checks back out of the game for the Terps. As serving is Jocelyn Nathan for Penn State. They get it to Malawal, the Terps do. Penn State gets it back to the corner that they like so much. And it's going to be successful. Emmy Selman sends it down, unable to be received by Maryland. And we have ourselves a tie ball game, 17 apiece.
Yeah, so the Terps just letting Penn State back into this one. At a point they were up by 5-6 points, and now it's a tie game. It's anybody's game. Either, the next 8 points, either we go to game 5, set 5, or Penn State takes this one.
Quick little cleaning of the court before Nathan gets set to serve again. Tie ball game here at the Xfinity Center.
So it's Penn State
hits the top of the net
with momentum.
And Penn State will get a point there as Maryland fails to get it back on the Penn State side. Bit of a miscommunication there by the Terrapins. And Penn State has their first lead of this 5th set.
Yeah, so usually when they want to call timeout here. They're down 18-17 late in this set number 4. Penn State has the momentum and they're in control as they're serving. Let's see what happens here.
And there's going to be another tie ball game right there as Melby sends it down, gets the kill. Back up 18 apiece. And this Terrapin squad will not go away, but neither will this Lions squad as Wagner sends it over. Back over to the corner, Selman. Gets it over to Malawal. Penn State receives, get it back to Selman. Sends it down, nice dig there by Williams. And a missed play by Kennedy Martin. Goes for the set, misses it, and Maryland will take the lead back. Wagner back to serve again with a 1-point advantage. Get it to Grimes. They get it to Selman, Martin sends it long, and Maryland takes a 2-point lead. Maryland looked lost in those first 2 sets, but they have come alive, Justin, here as this game has progressed.
Yeah, Penn State takes a timeout here. Katie Shoemaker Coley wants to talk things over. They are in this one, and they don't want to let it slip away. The Terps currently up 20-18. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Welcome back to the Xfinity Center. The last play was actually challenged by Penn State, and they won it. So it will be a tie game at 19 apiece. It was inbounds on the attack by Kennedy Martin. Tie game 19-19.
Yeah, so before there was a challenge where it was like, you said either 10-7 or 9-8, and then we turned around, it's 11-7. Now it's 20-18 or 19-19, and now it's 19, and Penn State is serving, so they have momentum.
And the challenge is our key.
Is serving here for Penn State. Penn State serve is up, over. A block there by Penn State, but Emmy Selman on the second chance opportunity gets the kill. They go up 20-19 here, Penn State. Lexi Jin serving once again in his back right corner. Timeout, Adam Hughes. Maryland wants to talk things over. And all of a sudden they were, 19-19, and Adam, it's 20-19 Penn State.
On that last play there, the Maryland fans in the stands erupted as if they just scored a point. However, because they thought it went out of bounds. However, it did stay in. Penn State got the point. 20-19, they have the lead here. Not what Maryland wanted to see, but the fans were even confused there on that one.
Yeah, I mean, Emmy Selman hit it. Maryland blocked it. Everyone thought the play was over for a second. It went right back to Selman, and then she just spiked it right into the landing zone of the Terps. Defense right in that hole in the middle.
While we're in this timeout break, I want to give a shout out to Lily Wagner on the side of the Terps. 28 assists on the game today. But if you go to the other side, Addie Lyon, she's got 42. So if you think that one side has control over this game, they don't. Both teams have players who are stepping up. It's Martin, it's Ewing, it's Lyon for Penn State, it's Malawal, it's Melby, it's Wagner for Maryland. We have a close game. Penn State up 1 here in this 4th set. They're also at 2-1 sets overall, but Maryland has looked strong here late. Can they complete the victory here in the 4th set? We'll find out as it's Lexi Jin getting set to serve with a 1-point advantage.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to look at these digs. Penn State winning in that category 2. They got 3 players in triple digits, and Addie Lyon not far behind with 7 to Maryland's 2 players in triple digits. Good read there by Haley Melby. That one falls out of play. So 20-20 ball game here.
This is the most competitive this game has been all day. Back and forth, tie game. No team getting more of a lead than 2 points in the past while here. Yeah, as we have another challenge coming in here.
These challenges are crucial. It's win or go home here for the Terps.
Penn State with the challenge here. Challenging the service error. Did it go out of bounds or did it stay in? We do not have a replay to look at here in the Xfinity Center. So we have to wait until the refs have made their decision. But once again, this is a key challenge here. If it stays the way it was with the service error, it's a tie game 20-20. If it goes the way of Penn State, they have the lead at 21-19.
This is huge, and every point is crucial. Like I said before. Here we go, Maryland. Here we go, Chance. Roaring down from the crowd here at Xfinity.
And this band has been into this match, especially as of late when Maryland's been more in contention compared to the first couple sets. One thing that we have seen quite a lot of in this game is service errors. 10 for Penn State, 13 on the side of the Terps. Not something that you can have a lot of if you're going to win these games. However, both teams with having such a high number, and obviously it's something to clean up on both ends, but if both teams are doing the same thing, then maybe it evens out a little bit.
Let's see what the call is here.
Taking a while to figure out how this call will go are the referees. Penn State looking to win the challenge. It looks like the call will stand, and we have a tie ball game.
Yep. 20-20 instead of 21-19. It's the first to score 5 points, Jack. Winner go home for Maryland against the defending national championship, Penn State Nittany Lions.
So it'll stay as a service error from Lexi Jin. Tie ball game here. Kennedy back to serve for the Terps. And this game, this set is, at least, is anyone's to get. Kennedy awaits the signal.
Whistle blown, the okay, and Kennedy's couple bounces, serve is up and over to Ellie Selman. Selman, a big hit played by Williams, kept alive. Haley Melby, miscommunication, and the Terps serve the 21st point. 21-20 in set number 4.
So Maryland now up by 1, 21-20. Kennedy back to serve again. And Penn State will grab one right back as Mendelson slams it down.
Yeah, so Penn State will not shy away from these big moments when the pressure's on. Penn State will shine. Addie Ryan is set to serve for the Nittany Lions. Line serve is up into the arms of Wagner. She plays it from out of bounds. Marla Wall sends it over. Penn State keeps it alive. Selman, a big block from Maryland. And the other point. Selman tried to have a big hit, a kill, take the lead, but Maryland wasn't having it. A block earns the point for the Terps.
Maryland now up 1, 22-21 as Mendelson.
That was number 23, Junior Protection with the block.
The block goes to Malwell and Gokchen there. Attack error credited to Selman as Williams is ready to serve. She sends it over, but it's into the net, and it's another service error, the 14th of the game for this Terrapin squad. Tie game, 22 apiece.
That takes us back to the root of this game, why Penn State is up 2 sets to none. Defensive miscues, and right there, Maryland takes a lead. They get momentum, but Penn State won't shy away. And
Faldudo sends it over. Back and forth it goes, and
out of bounds. Point to Maryland, 23-22. This is the closest we've seen this game. It looked like it was a blowout through the first 2 sets, but Maryland has climbed themselves back into it. As Malawal serves, played by Penn State. And point Maryland, 24-22.
Up for the block goes Ewing and Rohrbach.
Timeout Penn State.
And Maryland is at set point here in this 4th set.
Yeah, so 24-22. Terps up, fans up. Xfinity Center is popping, and we'll be right back after this. To Xfinity Center. Jack, this is what you live for as a volleyball fan, as a sports fan. Malawal serve is over. And set point here for Maryland. Can they earn it? Williams plays it from out of bounds. Back and forth action here. Penn State handles it now. No, they can't. Penn State stays alive.
Nicely done there. Maryland with some nice defensive plays. Just unable to corral that last one. Mendelson will get the credit before the kill. Maryland calls timeout with a 1-point advantage. We'll be right back from the Xfinity Center. Welcome back to the Xfinity Center. Maryland up 24-23 in set number 4. However, Penn State up 2-1 in the sets. Maryland needs a point here to stay alive. Send this game to a decisive set number 5. Penn State looking to close it out here. All they need is 2 points, but all Maryland needs is 1.
So set point here.
It'll be Grimes back to serve for the Lions. Up and over it goes. And it's just out of bounds. And the Xfinity Center is rocking here. Maryland takes set number 4.
Oh my goodness.
What a turn of events. Maryland is 1 set away from completing a reverse sweep of the Nittany Lions. 2-2 sets-wise here at the Xfinity Center. Penn State needs to regroup here if they want to take this thing back, avoid the reverse sweep. Maryland will look to continue the momentum. We'll be right back from the Xfinity Center. Welcome back to the Xfinity Center, where we will have a decisive set number 5 to 15 points to decide who's going to go home victorious here today. Will it be the Penn State Nittany Lions, who won the first 2 sets, or the Maryland Terrapins, who won sets 3 and 4? Justin, what can we expect in this 5th and final set?
We can expect back and forth action from both sides. We're going to expect points from Penn State, followed by points by Maryland. I don't think anyone's going to take a larger lead than 3 or 4. It's going to be a close game, close to 15 points. And we're in for a good one, Jack. The fans here are excited. It's going to be a close match. Big Ten rivalry here.
The crowd is on their feet. The hands are in the air like they just don't care here at the Xfinity Center, as we are set to begin the 5th set, the final one here tonight at the Xfinity Center. Penn State versus Maryland. Penn State will start out with the serve. It'll be Addie Lyon starting out with the ball. And we are underway here in set number 5. Lyon sends it over, received by Maryland, over to Malawal. Sets it to the other side, it's Melby. And we have a whistle here. And it looks like Melby might have hit the net on that one. So Penn State will take the first point of set number 5.
Yeah, so defensive miscues, beating yourself has been the story of why Penn State has earned the majority of their points.
Lyon sends it way long, almost into the paint. For the basketball court here at the Xfinity Center, it's a tie game, 1 apiece. So this game is tied up. It'll be John Espon back to serve for the Terrapins. Puts it up, hits the top of the net, but it does go over. They get it to Mendelson, who slams it down, and they take a 1-point advantage. Faldudo back to serve. She's been the best server here today for the Lions. She has a service ace to her credit. Puts it over. Almost gets one there, but Maryland able to rally. Malawal sends it over. Maryland will now get it back. Nice dig there by Williams, and unable to get to that one is Kennedy. And Penn State will take a 2-point advantage.
Penn State goes up 3-1 here. The thing about Penn State, though, is that when they get on the run, we've seen that they can take things out of hand and expand on their lead quickly.
Faldudo sends it over, and then a slam down from Robach, unsuccessful. And here comes Penn State. They send it back over to Maryland. Maryland with Malawal sends it back. Penn State sets up a spike, but it's missed. Mendelson aiming for the ball, unable to corral it, and point Maryland.
Terps looking to spoil that lead of Penn State, so Malawal will serve.
And Malawal serve goes out of bounds. Penn State will take the 4th point of the set. So it'll be a service error on Malawal. And Penn State with the service, Grimes. Received poorly by Kennedy, and that one goes into the stands.
Right there, I mean, that serve was strong. If she let that go, that's a point for Maryland. Adam Hughes takes the timeout, but yeah, I mean, Penn State's up 5-2 now, but it could be very easily 4-3. That ball, she was in the back line and it hit her chest and she moved out of the way. It's a point for the Terps.
I like the timeout call by Adam Hughes here before things get out of hand too far. They won each of the last 2 sets, so they need to just continue what they've been doing in those 2 sets. We're off to a slow start here in set number 5. We'll see if they're able to turn things around after this timeout. Down 3 currently to the Nittany Lions. Maryland coming back out on the court. Penn State will do the same. As we are just about ready to continue this fifth and final set. It'll be Jillian Grimes back to serve for Maryland. Grimes awaits the signal from the referees here. She finally gets it and immediately serves it over and serves it long. Not long, that stays in. Maryland thought it went long, I should say. It'll be point for Penn State.
They think they've listened to me? I said move out of the way in the other point, but didn't work in their favor this time.
Penn State sends it over. Maryland sends it right back. They get it over to Martin, who slams it down. And Penn State has taken control of this fifth set. This is exactly what we saw from them the first two. Maryland calls another timeout here.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're proving me wrong. I said I don't think anyone's going to take a big lead. I thought we'd see a lot of back and forth action and points on both sides, but Penn State is up 7-2 here. And we'll be right back for the continuation of this fifth set.
Welcome back to the Xfinity Center. We're ready to get this final fifth set completed. Penn State has a 7-2 advantage over Maryland. This is what they looked like early on here today. They lost their way in sets 3 and 4 where Maryland won them both. However, they've gotten it right back here. They've got their mojo. It'll be Jillian Grimes to serve for the Lions. Maryland ready to receive. And they do. It's Kennedy to Wagner to Rohrbach. Penn State saves it from going out of bounds. It would have been Penn State point. Malawal this time gets it over. Penn State now will get it over to Ewing, who hits it out of bounds. However, it was off the hand of Ajak Malawal, and Penn State takes the point. And now that it is 8-2, the teams will switch sides. Maryland now going left to right. Penn State from right to left, as we will finish out this final set here. 8-2, Penn State leads. Alexis Ewing with her 11th kill of the match, just that on that last point. Martin has 18, Mendelson 13, Ewing 11. 3 Penn State players in double digits for kills today as they send it over to the side of the Terrapins. And a slam down from Kennedy Martin adds to her total, and it's a 9-2 set 5.
It's win or go home for both teams. It's time for Maryland to dial in and stay alive in this one. Right now they're...
And this time Malawal
down 9,
takes it down right off the serve. Wagner with the set. Malawal with the spike gets the kill. 9-3. in favor of Penn State. It'll be Melby back to serve. Looking to get some momentum on the side of the Terrapins. Penn State receives. They get it over to the far side. And it's going to be a point for Penn State.
Remember,
That's Kennedy Martin.
first to 15, Jack, so it's Maryland needs 12 points before Penn State can get 5. So Maryland's digging themselves a hole here as Penn State gets ready to serve.
Momentum on the side of the team in blue as Martin sends it over. Received by Williams. Wagner sent over by Bryant. Penn State receives. They get it to the corner. Ewing with the spike. And Penn State has extended their lead now. They're inching ever so closely towards that win. 11-3 here in set number 5 as Martin goes back to serve again. And it goes into the net. A service error for Kennedy Martin.
Exactly what Maryland needed. They need some life in this one if they want to stay alive and take this set. Right now they're down 11-4.
Rohrbach back to serve for the Terrapins. Sends it long. And Penn State extends their lead 12-4. Substitutions made on both sides. Gokchen and Spawn for Maryland. Gonna go down as a service error for Rohrbach. Up and over, the serve goes. Wagner puts it over to Mallwall, and down it goes. Maryland with the point. 12-5 as Jocelyn Nathan and Emmy Selman check in for the Lions. It's Lily Wagner back to serve here in this 12-5 ball game. Wagner sends it over. Penn State receives. The spike incoming from Kennedy Martin. And it is now 13-5. Penn State 2 points away from victory.
Fans are loud.
Jin back to serve. Puts it up. Williams receives to Wagner. Over to Bryant, blocked by Penn State. That's Mendelson. And we now have match point here at the Xfinity Center. 14-5. Penn State. Jin back to serve. Looking to end it here. Terrapins get it to Mallwall, who sends it long. And the Nittany Lions will go home victorious here today. A 3-2 victory, 15-5 in 5th set. And the Lions, no, we're seeing Point Maryland now. The point awarded to Maryland, and Maryland has new life.
So the fans will come back to their seats. They're headed for the exits, but looks like we got set point once again.
A scoring change.
Penn State is now challenging it.
So the original call was point Penn State. Then they changed it to point Maryland. Now the scoreboard's showing Penn State again. Penn State is challenging. So the call on the field is point Maryland. With Penn State challenging, if they win the challenge, they will win the game. If not, it will be match point again at 14-6. As it stands now, 15-5. Tension is high in this Xfinity Center. Fans standing up, not leaving yet. They were starting to leave because they thought it was over, but they're coming back. They're standing, awaiting the decision from the scorers.
We will see what the call is momentarily.
It was Ajak Mallwall looking to continue her impressive night. She already has 20 kills. This would be 21 if it goes Maryland's way. Just patiently awaiting the referee decision. Both squads here. What is nice, though, is if it does go Maryland's way, It will be a nice little break in the action for both teams to get rejuvenated. Here's the call. And it goes in favor of Penn State, and they will be victorious here tonight. Penn State takes home the victory, 3-2. The teams will shake hands at the center court. Justin, any concluding thoughts from today's match?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, look, you're not entirely upset after Maryland because a majority of the points that came from Penn State were them capitalizing on Maryland's mistakes, whether it was serving too long, serving too short, hitting the net, out of bounds, but it was a lot of Maryland beating themselves. And if you're Penn State, obviously you're happy with the win. And Jack, this was a great game for both teams.
It truly was. But in the end, only one team can win, and it is Penn State who goes home victorious. The Nittany Lions improve to 8-6, while the Terps fall to 7-7, back to 500. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.
For WMC Sports.